Hi, this is Dr. Catherine Silver-Key talking to you about the DaBuGs project. DaBug stands for Drosophila Behavioral Genetics, and we are looking at this project in order to identify genes that are important for alcohol use disorder. Why is that important? That's because greater than 15 million Americans suffer from alcohol use disorder. Greater than 88,000 people have died from alcohol use disorder, and 1 in 8 Americans actually has this disorder. And you can inherit this. 55% of the people with disorder are inheriting it from their parents. So how are we going to study this? Or what are we testing? Well, we're going to be testing fruit fly behavior. Why is that? Because 75% of disease-causing genes are actually found in flies and that are also found in humans. So that is that they have similar sequences. They have products that have similar function. So we're using a living library of fruit flies, the Drosophila Genetics Reference Panel, or DGRP for short. And that contains 200 plus fruit flies that are like books. They're unique in that they contain unique single nucleotide polymorphisms, or SNPs for short, that are close to known genes. And so we can we can find genetically unique sequences that were previously unknown to contribute to alcohol use disorder by studying these fruit flies' behavior. In fact, we're looking for fruit flies that are more resistant to the effects of alcohol, and that will give us a clue as to the new genes that might be important for alcohol use disorder. Because alcohol use disorder is when people continue to drink to try to get a buzz from their drink, and they consume more and more alcohol because they're resistant to the effects. So how do we do this in fruit flies? Well, we are going to take groups of fruit flies. We want to test each unique genetically unique fruit fly of a DGRP strain, and look for significant differences in how it behaves compared to other strains or compared to the control group. And our control is W1118. So we're running 3 to 5 sets of flies. A set consists of 3 vials of flies with a particular DGRP strain number, such as 324, DGRP 324. So we run 3 of those vials that contain 10 flies per vial of either the male gender or the female gender, and then we'll also run the other gender in a different assay. But we'll have those 3 vials compared to 1 control vial, and the control vial is consistent in every single assay. We'll then run that set 3 to 5 times so that we'll have a total of 90 to 150 flies of that particular strain that we can crunch numbers on, and we can get a calculation of the mean average time that it takes for the fly to succumb to the effects of the alcohol. And the longer it takes, the more resistant the fly is, and the more resistant it is, even though it's a more tedious assay because it takes longer, that's actually what we're looking for. We're looking for something that's more resistant. So then we calculate the significant, whether or not that difference between the strains is significant using a t-test. And we once find these significant differences, we can upload it to a site that will do a genome-wide association study on the data that we've collected on this particular behavior. Now, we were hoping to do all 40 strains of the 200 this semester. Obviously, the COVID-19 pandemic has affected that ability for us to do those assays rather than having a classroom full of students. Uh-oh, I'm out of my 5 minutes. Well, I'm going to have to finish up. It's going to take a little bit longer. We have fewer replicates. I'm going to be able to do fewer strains because it's just me doing this instead of a TA helping me and a room full of students doing these assays. It's just Dr. Key in her bathroom and kitchen sorting flies and doing assays. So we're going to have fewer DGRP strains that we can look at. We're going to have fewer replicates of those assays to get our statistical power. And so we're really not going to have enough data to upload to the DGRP2 website for the genome-wide association study. So instead, we'll look at my previous master's student's data that she got when she did a different 40 strains of flies. Okay, that's it. Thank you for your attention.